Your brain is set on survival mode, and that's about it. It's your mind that wants to thrive. It is your mind that wants to excel. It is your mind that wants to be more than just some creature that survives. Hi, this is Steve Davis with the Total Wealth Academy video podcast. We also have our radio show podcast. You can find that at totalwealthacademy.com, totalwealthacademy.com. Today's podcast is going to be kind of short, but it's a really important thing to think about. And it's the fact that in our brain at any time, there are two distinct thought patterns. One of the simplest examples is when you think about going to the gym. You have this first voice that comes on and says, yeah, let's go to the gym, let's get fit, let's feel good, let's look better, let's reduce our fat content, extend our life. And all these great thoughts come into your head. But then there's another voice. And we all know this voice. No, let's not go. It hurts, it's work, it's effort. See, there's two voices in your head, and people don't make this distinction, but people who do live higher qualities of lifestyle. You want to make the distinction that there are two voices in your head at any one time. This would be your brain and your mind. And you've got to make the distinction that these are two different things. It's easy to do if you think about it this way. The brain is physical. You can touch it. The mind you cannot touch. It's not physical. They're two different things. And you almost have to work with your brain in a way that, how do I put this? I guess there's no other way to put it other than your brain can be your enemy. Yes, your brain can be your enemy. In fact, it is most of the time. See, what they've discovered is that your brain is effort and risk minimizing. Your brain does everything that it can to reduce effort and reduce risk. Some of you have figured out the problem right there. And it comes down to this question. In order to succeed in life, what do you have to do? What do you have to do? You have to put out massive effort and take risk. But our brain is effort and risk minimizing. It doesn't want to put out the effort. It doesn't want to take the risk. It wants to survive. And there's a key distinction. Key distinction number two. Distinction number one, there are two thought patterns in your head at any one time, always, your brain and your mind. The second distinction is your brain is set on survival mode, and that's about it. It wants to eat and reproduce. That's it. That's all your brain wants to do. It doesn't care about the Ferrari. It doesn't care about the nice home. It doesn't care about traveling. It wants to eat and reproduce. See, it's your mind that wants to thrive. It is your mind that wants to excel. It is your mind that wants to be more than just some creature that survives. And you have to rely on your mind. And what you've got to do is start using your mind more than your brain. But that's difficult. See, using your mind requires effort. And what does your brain want to avoid? Effort. So your brain is actually, it really is your enemy at times. In fact, it's your enemy most of the time. I want you to think about this one. Have you ever lived paycheck to paycheck? You have, haven't you? Everybody has. 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. That's your brain. doing just enough to get by. You're not going to go out there and buy some real estate and increase your income. You're just going to do enough to get by, paycheck to paycheck. See, that's your brain. That's you letting your brain control your life. See, what you've got to do is take control of your brain with your mind. You've got to look at yourself in the mirror and go, look, I want more than just survival. I want more than just getting by. I want more than just eat and reproduce. You've got to use your mind. If you want to travel, if you want the fancy cars, you want the fancy house, you want all the good things that make life more enjoyable, you've got to use your mind to get that. And you've got to make the distinction that your brain and your mind are two different things. Once you do that, then, and really only then, can you begin to control your brain and get it to behave in a way that's going to be more productive, that's going to be more thriving versus just surviving. So as you go through your day today, I want you thinking about what two voices are in your head. I want you to think about working out right now. Think about it. Wouldn't you like to have more energy? Wouldn't you like to have a higher sex drive? Wouldn't you like to look better, feel better? Wouldn't you like to reduce some fat? Wouldn't you like to increase some muscle? Think about it. But isn't there another voice saying, ooh, maybe not. Maybe we won't go work out. Maybe those things are not that important. Ooh, I got a big game to watch. I don't have time. I don't have, this one is the best. I don't have the energy to work out, which is a vicious cycle. You know why you don't have the energy to work out? Because you don't work out. It's a vicious cycle. See, exercise gives you energy. It doesn't take it away. It gives you more energy. But because we're tired, we don't work out. And as a result, we get more tired, so we don't work out. And we get more tired, so we don't work out, and so on and so on. So again, that's your brain at work. That's your brain controlling you. Because let's face it, thinking and using your mind is hard work. Thought is work. You actually, when you think, you're burning calories. Not a lot of people know that. But when you think and you use your mind, you're actually burning calories. Now, how do you get your mind to take control of your brain? It's actually fairly simple. You have to have a why. You have to have a purpose in life that's bigger than your brain. If all you want to do is go to work, come home, put on the TV, sit and be left alone, you're not going to excel. You're not going to grow. It's using your mind to say, hey, I don't just want to survive. I want to thrive. I want to go home. I want to build wealth. I want to buy some real estate. I want to increase my income. I want to invest passively. All those things come from your mind and your why, your big purpose in life. In other words, at Total Wealth Academy, we focus on making more money, and we do so by investing in real estate. But is the money the motivator? As a rule, it's not. The motivator, or the why, is often something different. For me, it was time. I was working 70 hours a week at my job, almost lost my wife as a result. So time was my big factor. Why did I want to own real estate? So I had more time with my family, more time for my kids, more time for fitness, more time for romance, more time for charity. It was time was my why. You've got to find your why and be careful. A lot of people automatically or by default, they go to money. My why is I want more money. I'm telling you, you don't want more money. You want what you think the money will do for you. And in my case, it was more time. For you, it could be travel. For you, it could be the ability to go to more sporting events. Maybe you don't go to enough. It's whatever brings you joy, happiness, adventure. That's what you want the money for. But again, you're going to have to get with your mind to overpower your brain if you're ever going to achieve those things. So don't just trust me on this. Go read some articles, hit the web, Google it, start looking about that brain-mind disconnect. There's quite a few articles out there. Some are good, some are bad, but all of them at least wake you up to the fact that there are two thought patterns in your head, your brain and your mind. And don't forget, your brain is survival. That's all it wants to do, survive and reproduce. It's your mind that's going to get you all the things that you truly want out of life. Travel, romance, fitness, charity, everything. You've got to use your mind. So the big takeaway from today's podcast is focus on using your mind. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, that's because your brain is on automatic. You're doing just enough to get by. If you want to do more than that, come see us at Total Wealth Academy. Click the link below for a free sample class on real estate investing. But make that distinction. Understand that your brain and your mind are two different things. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.